Selling your house is one of the most stressful things you can do, and in today's tricky market, it's got a whole lot harder.
We're on a mission to turn unsellable houses into unstoppable sellers.
I'm going to get the best out of the houses.
While I get the best out of the estate agents.
Together, we're going to show you the tricks of the trade to make an unsellable house sellable.
Coming up on today's programme, Sophie takes a walk on the wild side.
Oh my goodness, that is just extraordinary.
And I persuade the estate agent to look at some new ideas.
Shouldn't we be marketing it more to people in London? Yes.
Today we're in Ingrave in Essex, where country living sits in the heart of the London commuter belt. I'm really intrigued about today's unsellable. It's a 200-year-old period property in a great location. This semi-detached cottage has 4 bedrooms, open-plan living and dining, a garden and country views as well as off-street parking.
This house has been on the market for 2 years now. There have been 50 viewings and not a sniff of a sale.
It went on the market at £450,000. But since then, the price has been dropped to a whopping £80,000 to £370,000.
Like most people, a country cottage is a dream home, so I'm excited about going inside. I think I can already smell the log fire burning.
I'm going to check out the local area and have a word with Mark, the estate agent, and find out what's going wrong.
Meet Diane Kamal and her daughter Toya. Diane bought this house 28 years ago as a bit of a project.
It had gas lamps and no electric. My mum thought I was mad to take that on.
Diane has designer ambitions and has poured her heart and soul, not to mention a small fortune, into this cottage.
The kitchen was changed. Also, the bathroom has been changed. It was 3 bedrooms before, and my mum's actually put a partition in. It's now 4 rooms.
Toya has seen the house evolve under her mum's restless redecoration. But Diane's children have now moved out. Bills are mounting up, and her ex-husband still has a financial stake in the cottage. Diane needs to raise some cash, and fast.
We are desperate now because I've gone through, like, my savings. This place takes a lot of heat and lights.
Bit of a struggle, isn't it?
Yes.
And desperate times call for desperate measures. Diane has listed with 3 agents.
It improves your chances of selling it.
Yeah.
The more marketing you do, the better off you are. Sometimes it can be a bit stressful. We feel like we can't move on and we can't do what we want to do.
If John and Sophie sold our house, like, tomorrow, I think we'd just be over the moon, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it would be.
I think it'd be amazing.
On paper, this period cottage sounds like a buyer's dream. So what's preventing Diane's desperately needed downsize? Promising start, nice period cottage in a quiet street. I'm a sucker for exposed beams and quaint country charm. This hall is actually quite nice, so maybe this house is going to be a bit of a walkover. Fingers crossed. Then again, maybe not. Leopard print, so weird. And the dining room is even worse. Diane has all but wiped out endangered species. Oh my goodness, that is just extraordinary. There's a leopard sofa, leopard curtains, leopard chairs, and a leopard on, well, I think this is a bar, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's got stained glass windows. Such a shame, because look at this room. Beams, exposed brick, an incredible view in the garden, amazing. But at the moment, it's just been killed by leopard. At least there's no sign of jungle animals in the kitchen. But then maybe she cooked them. This hob has seen some action. Oh, I'm kind of rendered speechless. I wouldn't touch that if I was paid. In a 200-year-old cottage, you either want authentic or bang up to date. This 80s countertop has to go. Yuck. Upstairs, the Design by London Zoo continues. We've swapped animals. We've gone from leopard to zebra. It's kind of like a boudoir, but not. Perhaps the big cat's attacked a cockerel. Interesting. But more importantly, who swallowed the bed? This should be a bedroom after all. There's only one solution to this safari, a big game hunt. Unless we get this leopard to change its spots, this cottage isn't going to sell anytime soon. On the outside, this house is a picture-perfect cottage, and on the inside, it's like an explosion of leopard, zebra, feather boas. It's almost like the owners have purposely tried to eradicate every single period detail in the house, and that is one of the main reasons this house is unsellable.
While Sophie prepares the bad news for Diane, I'm off to check out the local area.
Diane's cottage is in Ingrave on the edge of Brentwood, which, by coincidence, is where I went to school. Now, that's really useful because it gives me a bit of local knowledge.
Ingrave is a village in the borough of Brentwood, which boasts about 3,000 acres of woodland and 3 country parks. Yet it's only 18 miles from central London. That's just 22 minutes away, thanks to regular direct trains to Liverpool Street Station. Diane also has 3 primary schools and 4 secondary schools on her doorstep, which outperform the national average, not to mention the major shopping hubs of Basildon and Chelmsford within a few miles. So far, so good, but I still want to canvass some local opinion before meeting any of the agents.
200-year-old cottages should not be sitting on the market for 2 years. It's time for some home truth. Now, on the outside, you have the most beautiful country cottage. It's really appealing to buyers. Now, I've never seen a country cottage with this much leopard in before.
No.
Now, who is the leopard?
It was me. That was done a few years ago. And I'm sort of updated, trying to update it.
Trying to update it. So you're not averse to getting rid of the leopard?
No.
Wow, that was easier than I thought. Now, talk me through this.
What, the bar?
The bar.
We just use it really as putting things behind and really it's like a cupboard, isn't it? You sort of hide things behind it.
Bars don't add value. Brilliant. So the bar's going too. I am doing well. I really strongly believe that kitchens are one of the most important rooms in a house when you're selling. This hob, Diane,
It's terrible.
is disgusting.
It is a bit outdated.
Outdated? That is just the half of it. It's a bit outdated, and I don't mean to sound rude, but it's a little grimy. I think at the moment, this will be one of the main reasons that you haven't had many offers.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
Yeah. There's no excuse for a messy kitchen, and from my time as an agent, I know outdated ones frighten buyers because they think it's going to be expensive to fix. I see that upstairs you've gone from leopard to zebra.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the feather boa. Adds a bit of glamour. It's quite boudoir. But it's not really country cottage, is it?
No.
It might not be to everyone's liking.
I liked it at the time. It was.
I think its time has come. This bordello rather than bedroom won't win over potential family buyers, and Diane can't afford to put anyone off.
Walking around Ingrave and its nearest town centre, Brentwood, this location seems ideal. Old-world rural charm with easy access to a world-class city. But I want to know more.
If we're going to sell this property, I need to find out what people like about living here. So I'm going to talk to some locals and find out what brought them to Brentwood. Do you live in Brentwood?
Yes, I've been here for 30 years.
OK, you obviously like the area.
We do like it, yes, we do.
No, it's a lot of people who've moved out to Brentwood from London.
Yeah, everyone's here from London.
So what's
For
it...
the same reason, good schools.
I think people move out from London to get into the catchment area for schools here.
Well, it is well known that it's a good catchment area.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
I think it's central, it's friendly, and sort of, you know, people seem to say hello to you when you walk around, which is nice.
Safe? Is it a safe sort of place?
I'd say it's quite safe. Yeah, definitely.
OK.
So, nothing but positive reviews. It seems like people from the city are moving here to be part of all this area has to offer.
With Sophie weaving the Allsopp magic inside the property, I reckon we've got a house that we can really get moving.
To make Diane's house sellable, it badly needs a complete design overhaul. And so the first step is to lose the eccentric decor and furnishings.
Goodbye, troll. This is where feather boas are supposed to go, not there.
Diane may have moved into an 18th century country cottage, but there's little sign of that on the inside. Style-wise, this doesn't match what it says on the tin, and that makes it a much harder sell. The solution is to go back to basics. I'm ready to create my design plan, but first I need to see a man about a bar.
From my research, I've no doubt this area is attracted to buyers. Now, there's no question that we're in a slow market, but property here is still moving. Take a look at these homes, which were unstoppable when they went up for sale. 4-bed semi, large kitchen, ensuite bathroom. Sold in just 11 days for £390,000. And there's no doubt there's an added cachet for old properties like this one. 230-year-old end-of-terrace cottage. 3 bedrooms, exposed beams and fireplace. Sold for £435,000.
Even in today's tough market, people are still buying.
All this is good news for Diane.
If this house is to find a buyer, it's time to get serious. We've called in the professionals to say bye-bye to the hop from hell and shut down the stone bar.
It is finally closing time for the bar.
And as if by magic, we've grown a room. Bars don't sell houses, spaces do.
Now we've got rid of the bar and decluttered, we can start on the design plan.
Upstairs, I'm going to ban the boudoir and bring back the bedroom. In the kitchen, a new hob, countertop and paint facelift will make this a feature, not a fault. And in the living room, period charm replaces the Peter Stringfellow homage. In the dining room, a warm, neutral tone will set the cosy and welcoming feel of a rural retreat. Painting the beams a darker colour to stand out and adding some country pine furniture will complete the look.
Diane's got 3 agents working on the sale of this house, and in 2 years they've achieved precisely nothing. I think it's high time she decided on one agent, and one agent who's really committed to making the sale.
I need to persuade her to make that happen.
You've got 3 agents working on selling the place or not selling the place as it is at the moment. Can you tell me what your thinking is there?
Personally, I would have stuck to one, but my ex-husband wanted another 2 on the market because he thought that it would give us more of a chance to sell it.
I don't think you do get 3 times the result from 3 agents. My advice, for what it's worth, would be the guy you've gone with most recently is still fresh to it. It's got to be your call, but I think you should go for one agent, really.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
I think so as well, because I feel that if you have 3 agents, it makes it look like you're desperate to sell it.
I think that's right. So what would you like to see him doing that he isn't doing? Because basically now, we can just say to him, do this.
To say about the location, because that's very important for people, especially travelling into London, and to put better pictures of the house.
And keep it updated.
And keep it updated.
Fresh.
And the other thing is that I don't think they're making anything of the fact that it's so close to London, it's got great countryside roundabout. I mean, I look at it and I think they're underselling the house.
Very good location, yes.
I'm glad Diane is going with one agent, and I've got some clear ideas about what he needs to do next.
When we first met Diane Kamal, her 200-year-old cottage had been stubbornly stuck on the market for more than 2 years. With a divorce settlement and mounting bills, the situation was becoming increasingly desperate. Then the Unsellables stepped in. We've cleared out to start bringing back in some country charm.
Diane's backed my plan to go with one agent. That's Mark. But for this to work, we've got to talk about the marketing.
The big question, we know it's a hard time to sell at the moment, but it sounds lovely, it looks lovely. Why has it been on the market for 2 years?
It's been updated. Some parts were modern with the oldie worldy, and some people, you know, tend to not like that. It's not to everyone's taste. I mean, the leopard skin curtains and settee, it's a very specific taste.
One thing that strikes me looking at the schedule is there's a lovely view out of the back garden. I reckon we need to get some photos from upstairs, because
Yeah, of
that, to
course.
me, doesn't sell it the way it is at the moment.
Yeah, no, it can certainly be done. The village itself in Grove is beautiful. But a lot of people move to the area for schooling.
It's Mark's local knowledge that helps him sell in the Brentwood area. But is he missing a trick?
One of the things I found interesting about Brentwood is half the working population actually commute into London to work. Turning that round, that suggests to me that a lot of people who work in London might want to live in Brentwood.
Correct.
OK. So, shouldn't we be marketing it more to people in London?
Yes.
And how do we... Right answer, but how do we do it?
It's a difficult one. I think you need to sit down, put your thinking cap on.
Funny you should say that, because I've got the beginnings of a plan.
It's often worth pushing your agent to market outside of the area. If you're in a town with great schools, like Brentwood, but you're within easy reach of a major city, then people are going to want to move here. Target those commuters. It's a tough market and good buyers can be hard to come by. All the more reason why your schedule should be telling them all they want to know about your property. You want a floor plan, you want good internal photographs, even photos out of the windows if the view is going to help you sell your house.
A pretty country cottage commutable to London is a gem, and we've started to reveal the treasure within.
If your house is full of period details, don't hide them, make the most of them, because they are a selling feature. So bring the beams back.
A dado rail is another attractive feature buyers love to see in period houses, so we've painted below a darker shade to really show it up. Replacing your old countertop can instantly update your kitchen. For Diane's house, a butcher block counter is an inexpensive option to give us that country cottage look.
Kitchens add value, but if you've got a dated kitchen and a small budget, don't panic, because a lick of paint will give your kitchen a complete facelift.
This is looking good so far. I just hope John and Mark are doing as well.
When selling your house in today's tough market, you've really got to think creatively. So, I've convinced Mark to meet me in London for an unorthodox approach to marketing. I think there's a big opportunity here to promote Diane's property, and I'm hoping the city's evening commuters will help me prove my points.
Excuse me, can I ask you what you think of this house?
Beautiful.
Quite classic, yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
4 bedrooms?
Yeah.
In the countryside?
Yeah. I think it's a lovely looking place.
22 minutes from central London in the middle of the countryside. Cheaper than living in London. Let me ask you a question. How much do you think a house like that would cost?
350,000?
360.
Very good.
Right, so no surprises. We knew it was a tough market, but the really good news here is, showing it to people at Liverpool Street Station, loads of people really liked the house. They asked where it was. They were surprised how close it was to London. Few of them even guessed the price right. It's worth trying anything. Remember, you've got to think laterally.
With Mark motivated to cast his net wider, I'm confident that he can start to snag some new viewers. So we just need to make sure this house shows at its very best. It's been 3 days of hard work, but things are starting to come together. And while Diane and Toya take a much-needed break from the house, all that's left is just a few finishing touches.
This blind is simple, cost-effective, and it's much more in keeping with the character of the cottage. 100% better than the leopard.
For broad appeal, we've stuck to a light, neutral colour scheme. Tasteful accessories add some country cottage charm without scaring off the buyers.
You might not think to get your china out and display it like this, but in this house it really creates that nice cottagey feel. And remember, you're not just selling a house, you're selling a lifestyle.
So how's it going?
Really well. The cottage is coming along great guns, and I think it's beginning to look like an attractive proposition again.
Great, well, I've got Mark, the estate agent,
to agree to market the property in London, which I think is a terrific idea, because half the people around here work in London, so I reckon we can find some prospective buyers there.
I think that's really great because we need a push. It's been on the market for 2 years and Diane wants to move on with the rest of her life. 3 days ago, Diane Kamal's 18th century cottage was more animal sanctuary than rural retreat. Endangered species roamed throughout. The kitchen was a dirty disaster zone, and it's no surprise that Diane's home had spent 2 long years on the market. But then the Unsellable stepped in, and now things have really changed. The big cats have been rounded up in the open-plan living and dining room, and we've called time on the bar. The room that was once so at odds with its heritage has been transformed. Our warm, neutral paint palette creates a more welcoming space. The beams have been painted to highlight a great selling feature, and with space reclaimed from the bar, there's plenty of room for country-style dining with great rural views. The kitchen was dated and dirty. Old units and countertops just made it feel dingy and unloved. But now the room only adds value, and that's all down to a few inexpensive touches. Repainting rather than replacing the cupboards and adding a new hob and butcher's block counter all bring home the country feel. Upstairs, we've reclaimed a bedroom from a boudoir buried in zebra print. There's no doubt about the room's purpose now. A bed and some sunny accessories have given Diane back her 4th bedroom, and that delivers much more buyer appeal. It's been a lot of work, but we've brought the countryside from outside inside. Time to see what Diane and Toya think.
I can't wait to see it. We've been so excited.
Come on in, don't be shy. Okay, now instead of coming into the room and seeing the leopard, I look at the beams, I look at the exposed brick, the fireplace. All the charming bits of the cottage kind of stand out more. Now we're going to show you the dining room.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah, it is. So taking the bar away, it's given you an extra sort of 2 metres squared of space.
It's really opened it right up.
Even though it's only little things, it has made such a big change. Yeah.
Just feels like you're in the country.
Yeah, it's quite peaceful.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
A really amazing job.
I think so.
Yes.
But the room I'm most excited about is the kitchen, so follow me.
Okay, let's go. Can't wait. Oh my God, it's changed so much.
Wow.
Amazing.
It does.
Well, you've got new paint colour, very smart new wooden countertop, the new hob, all clean and shiny.
Yes, that looks nice.
Definitely. It's really
Very
big
nice.
improvement.
One room to go. Come on upstairs.
Oh my God. This looks different.
It does.
What do you think?
Yeah, it looks lovely.
Yeah, it does.
So do you think all these changes we've made are gonna help sell the house?
Definitely, yeah.
We are all agreed this house is now most definitely sellable.
With our transformation complete, it's all down to Mark.
I think with John's advice and the makeover there for Diane's property, I'd be quietly confident, even in a difficult market, that it's something we can definitely sell now.
Mark has 2 viewings for today, and that's more viewers than Diane has seen in a while.
Come on into the lounge area.
Oh, wow. Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's lovely. That's a lovely fireplace, isn't it?
When selling your house, first impressions are vital. Make sure if you have a feature like a fireplace, it's always lit during viewings.
Very cottagey feel, but you're not enclosed. It's a nice big living space. But come on through to the dining area.
Such a lot of space.
Yeah.
Which you don't often get in cottages.
You don't. It's totally unexpected, actually. You walk in and didn't realise it was so big.
And without the distracting bar, viewers are really appreciating the spaciousness of this room.
Right, come on through to the kitchen. Again, very cottagey. Colours are very cottagey, aren't they?
Yeah, very nice colour. I love the units.
Which is very, very nice. Come through.
Oh, it's a lovely room, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Really, that's lovely.
This is when you get to feel the character of the property because obviously it's cosy up here. Unfortunately, we can't see the views out to the rear of the property here, which is countryside and very, very nice. Steve, we'll lead through.
Good job, Mark. Let's hope he suggests they come back for a second viewing during the day. Will Mark's second potential buyer be as enthusiastic?
Come on through to the living accommodation, obviously where most people spend most of their time.
Oh, I love the fire. That is beautiful. Looks lovely.
The fire's obviously a real hit.
Right, we're into the kitchen here.
Oh, I love this. This is very tasteful, isn't it?
Yeah, again, cottagey colours.
It is. It's got character, hasn't it?
OK, into the bedroom here.
Oh, wow.
Again, it's very cottagey up here.
It's gorgeous. It's very unexpected. I like the way it's decorated. I like the feel of the property.
So what's the verdict?
I'm very impressed with the cottage. I love the downstairs. I love the kitchen particularly. And I love the feel of the real fire leading on to the dining area.
When you come in, it's very big downstairs, which is lovely, and also very quaint at the same time.
Very cosy, and I like it a lot.
I would consider coming back for a second viewing.
Definitely.
And yes, definitely a second viewing to have another look.
I would certainly consider putting an offer in for this property, yes.
Did he say offer?
I would certainly consider putting an offer in for this property, yes.
That's great news. Now it's up to Mark to follow it through.
I think we've got a really great house to work with here. There just aren't that many 200-year-old character cottages this close to London.
You're right, and now the estate agent has a really great product to work with.
Well, let's hope the offers start rolling in.
It's 4 weeks since our makeover, and Diane's prospects of selling the house are looking better.
While Diane wanted to follow my advice on one agent, her ex-husband wanted to keep all three.
The viewings had all but dropped off before the unsellables arrived, but in the short time since we've left, Agent Mark has delivered a 6-fold increase in viewings.